How's everybody doing? Today's video is going to be a quick review of a Bluetooth speaker, which is this one. It is the Soundcore Boom 2 is the name of it. Soundcore is apparently the speaker brand or the audio brand of Anchor, which I'm familiar with because I use a power bank of theirs at my house. And it's a similar construction feel as far as the types of plastics they use for the housing. And other than that, there's not a whole lot similar, except that the battery life on this thing is pretty great, which we'll get to here shortly. Essentially, this speaker, just for better perspective, not in the fisheye, it's kind of like a little boombox format, which I think is cool. It has 3 speakers on the front. It has a subwoofer in the middle and 2 tweeters, and then it seems to have a woofer on each side, which has like a square sort of textured portion. You can charge it on the back with either a USB or USB-C input. Surprisingly, it doesn't come with any sort of charger, but it'll take a USB-C charger like from a phone or anything, so that's not really a big problem. It charges decently quickly considering how big the battery is, which they say that on medium volume the battery will last for 24 hours, and in my experience, when it's turned almost all the way up, the battery will still last for probably 10 to 12 hours. I would say 12 hours would be a safe guess. Of course, this is fairly new to me. I did get this maybe within the last couple of months, but then I used it at home for a bit, I've used it at work for a bit, and I actually flew with this in my carry-on luggage to the beach, and we used it there. And one nice thing about this speaker is you don't really have to worry about it too much because it's waterproof or water resistant, I suppose. And they say that it floats, but it's fairly heavy, so I would imagine that it only floats just to the surface where you could grab it, so it wouldn't just like sink to the bottom. But considering that it is actually at least that much waterproof, the sound quality is phenomenal. Really clear highs, really punchy lows. The only thing it kind of suffers from is that it's all speaker. Like really there's not much enclosure here that's not just speakers. So when it's out in the open, it sounds okay, but it sounds a little bit isolated, but it does extremely well if you put it like in a corner in like any kind of square enclosure. Like if you put it on like a shelf surrounded by a square, put it underneath like my kitchen cabinets, I'll put it under there, and it sounds like 10 times better. It projects a lot more because this thing it's such a high concentration of speakers for the size of this enclosure that it doesn't really resonate very well all on its own. It just kind of sounds isolated, but it is very punchy. I think they say that it's 80 watts, which is pretty impressive for a Bluetooth speaker. Definitely, I listen to this thing in the bathroom if I'm taking a shower all the time, and it's very loud. Like you can feel like the walls of the shower like vibrating, depending on how loud you have it. So it has like a bass boost feature. It has minus plus, which I assume is volume, and then a play pause, and then it has some other button on there, which I don't know what it is. Power button, Bluetooth button for pairing, and then there's a bass up button, which if you double tap it will turn lights on the speakers on the sides, which is kind of cool. You know, if you're at the beach or whatever and you want to give like a slight party vibe, you get like a little light show with it, but usually I don't use it because it would drain the battery quicker. But when it's pretty loud volume, the battery lasts, 10 to 12 hours, and when it's medium volume, 24 hours. And having this for a few months, I would say that that's about accurate. Considering that the manufacturer is known for making power banks, the battery should be pretty okay. But the sound quality is really what sold me on this. I heard this from a coworker who had it, and I had to ask him what it was because I had previously a a Wonder Boom, I think it was called, that I used in the bathroom, and then that thing just failed to pair with any device. And I looked it up because I guess I'd gotten it as part of a package with a new cell phone at some point. And I priced out a new Wonder Boom, and I thought, I don't know, that's not really worth it. This thing was slightly more than that Wonder Boom. It was $120, but I would say myself and everybody that has heard it has basically agreed that they would think it would be worth 2 to 3 times that price. I mean, it blows out of the water. Those like JBL or Wonder Boom speakers or whatever, those sort of tube-looking ones. And it's cheaper than those. I think those are like $200 plus. So for $120 on Amazon, you can get this speaker, which is very impressive. I'll play a little bit of demonstration here just for the sake of, I guess I'll show you sort of the approximate volume, and I'll show you the lights as the camera will pick it up. So I'm going to play one of my own songs so I don't have any copywriting issues. All right, so this is going to be half volume. This is my song, There's No Sharpening Without Abrasion. There's kind of a dynamic range in this song. So this is on half volume. It's basically, this is how I'm normally talking. In fact, I'm talking a little bit louder to try to compete with it. It's plenty loud, really, for being indoors at half volume. Fluctuate with the sound that's being played, so that's kind of cool. You can change the colors of the lights, but I haven't really gotten into all that. I'll turn it up a little bit. So this is like about 3/4, and this is very, very loud, for especially just Bluetooth speakers. This is louder. That's now very loud. That was almost all the way up. And if you're outside or if you're like in a big building, it's not that impressive, but this would be way too loud in a bathroom, and this is pretty much too loud for the living room. Highly enough, especially for $120 for the price. It's just, it's really, really impressive. Battery life is great, and the sound and everything. If you want it to really shine, surrounded by something square, unlike what I'm doing now, where it's kind of sticking out on a ledge, but like underneath of a cabinet, on a counter, on a shelf, even just in the corner of a bathroom, if there's like a wall corner surrounding it, this thing will really excel. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, although the size is a little bit much. It's a little bit big when I put it in my carry-on. I ordered some kind of aftermarket carrying case and put that inside of a backpack, and it's pretty chunky. I haven't turned it all the way up. This is low. overall, I really recommend this speaker, the Soundcore Boom 2. Can't say anything bad about it. When I was at the beach, my best friend was putting like a metal can up against the woofers on the side, and it was like brr, 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 and it was very annoying, but it didn't break it, so it's durable enough. I don't know if the carrying case was totally necessary, but I thought it would be wise to travel across the country with it, take it to the beach and everything. But there you go. So that's my opinion on the Soundcore Boom 2. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a Bluetooth speaker where it doesn't have to be tiny. Other than that, it seems to be pretty faultless. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys next time.